There we go. All right, there we go. Okay, so today's call is going to be all about you. I just want to know more about you. Ryan, who doesn't want to just steal the show? So it's going to be your show today.
Okay.
I want to figure out more about like where you're at with your online fitness business, where you want to be, and maybe some challenges that you're facing. Okay.
Okay.
So go ahead, take it away.
Okay. Long story short, but I'll give you details as well. I have been a coach. August will be 3 years. I was working in healthcare prior to that as a physical therapy aide. As a kinesiology major, I was really gung-ho on becoming a physical therapist. I worked as an aide for, I think, 6 years, from an internship to being an aide and then managing a clinic. And as much as I loved it, I was like, I don't think I want to go to school for this anymore, but I know I love the interaction, helping people, just not the one calling all the shots as in the doctor. So then I was like, maybe I will try more admin style. I know I want to be in healthcare, but maybe not so interacting. We'll see. So then I managed a chiropractic office. Then 2020 came around, COVID happened. As a chiropractic office, I was managing that office, so admin side. We were deemed essential. So my routine didn't change, but in a bad way, because my routine didn't change, I kind of realized, hey, now that it's not as hectic, I don't know if I'm extremely happy. Not that I'm not happy, I'm just not fully fulfilled here. So then during that time is when I realized, well, I've always been passionate about fitness. I've been an athlete. I ran track, I played volleyball, basketball. Obviously, I'm 5'3", vertically challenged, so my career was not going anywhere. So we'll stick to volleyball, but always an athlete growing up, very used to injuries and physical therapy. I love being in the gym. So it kind of was just like a light bulb moment to blend my passion of helping others, kind of managing the experience I got from there, managing my own schedule, but also just helping people and my love of fitness. So I started getting my certification then. I was working out at my home gym at 24, so one of the gyms here, and kind of luck of the draw, the fitness manager at the time approached me and was like, we need trainers. I see you here all the time. By any chance, are you a trainer? And I'm like, I actually take my test in 2 weeks. So I got very lucky in the sense, right after I got my certification, I essentially got handed the job. As lucky as that was, because they really needed trainers, I feel like my onboarding process was basically non-existent. Thankfully, I'm really good at sink or swim. I feel like I'm a fast learner. So I figured it out. I had some support. They were trying to build up their fitness department at the time. So I, as the only female trainer, one of 3 trainers in the whole gym, our gym is actually one of 10 that are actually still 24 hours, like the name. But one of 3 trainers, I was working like 45, 50 hours a session for essentially 2 years. Definitely got burnt out. So now in 2023, I still love it, but I'm realizing the importance of putting my boundaries and having my time. But I think that's what brought me to wanting to go online, or maybe some type of hybrid scenario, because as much as I love doing what I do, it does take a toll on us, like being in session for 8 to 10 hours a day. The money can be great, but I mean, what price can you put on like our mental health, or like the time that we want to do not helping other people, like time for myself, time for our relationships and whatnot. My boyfriend is in the online coaching space, but for life coaching. So originally the whole plan was for him to kind of show me the ropes. He's great, but obviously we were butting heads as he's trying to show me his process, but it wasn't fully aligned since we're not exactly in the same coaching realm. So that's what kind of piqued my interest in kind of clicking on companies like your guys's. And now the algorithm has all of you guys popping up on my feed. So I'm essentially shopping right now, but I know that I want to maximize my time. I know that I still want to train, but I think I'm wanting to go into online, but I don't know if I'm realistically, like if it's financially feasible for me to do that right now, because I don't even know what the first steps are.
Yeah, 100%. So are you still at 24 Hour Fitness?
I am. I'm literally sitting in our break room right now in between clients.
So funny story. In the Midwest, 24 Hour changed to Genesis. So
Okay.
Genesis Healthcare's acquired 57 clubs out in the Midwest. So I was actually a fitness manager through
Hmm.
kind of like a very similar area how you got yours on. So I was the leading producer out of 57 clubs for fitness managers, but then there's a cap. And as you mentioned, a lot of time is revolved around being stuck inside of the gym. I'm also 41 years old now. So like it does wear on your body. Like I went from Genesis to training privately. So had over 40 clients I trained 2 to 3 times a week. I was charging 150 a session. So I was making really good money. But as you know, from 4 a.m. to 8:30, and there's like a small gap where like weird times where no one's training. So I
Yeah.
needed to be something home alone. So that was gives you. So when you talk about time and balance and more of efficiency, I totally get that. Now, as far as what are we bringing in a month through training?
So right now at just off 24, I'm our club's highest producer. Like a low month will for me in taps and like new client generation. A low month would be like 75 or 8K.
Okay.
I think my highest month ever, and like we also had a promotion going on, would be like 11 or 12K. And that's like clients signing up with me or sales team signing them up and then them going to me and then me retaining them. But of that, let's say 12K that I just made 24, I get a fraction of that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that this industry isn't truly all about making money. Obviously, we are very compassionate people. We want to be there, but like we have to pay and
For
I
sure.
have things to do. So it's, I don't want to be spinning my wheels and I don't want to get burnt out or start hating this because of other factors that aren't really the real reason, right? It's just because I'm getting burnt out doing all these sessions a day.
Yeah, 100%. So funny that your boyfriend is a life coach because my wife is a life coach. And although it
Oh,
seems completely different, you can really put this in a way in which you guys could really, if you wanted to, can like kind of mesh forces. So I have a lot of like large portion is my male clients, and they love to talk to her because she's pretty and they get like an hour alone with her on a Zoom call,
you
right? So easy stuff.
pimping out your wife? Come on.
Yeah, whatever pays the bills. No, I'm just playing.
Gotcha. No,
No,
but
but
that was kind of like what our original, at least that was like a dream goal.
yeah.
And then we eventually, like for me, and I think it's definitely like a confidence thing too. Not that I don't believe that I have like the knowledge, but I think it's very intimidating learning from him as like the student that I am because it's like my boyfriend and because he's been in this for a lot longer. So he has these systems set in place and it's like very much his way, which is great and it works for him, but it's like I can't best learn from you.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing. It's just I think that'd be great if we can join forces. Like, I mean, the key to unleashing life is often starting with fitness and what you can do for yourself, and then everything else evolves from that. So like that would be an awesome partnership. But I feel like I can't get to, or I feel like I'm not there yet to be comfortable partnering with him.
Yeah.
And I want to learn. So I feel confident in partnering with him, let alone being an individual business owner myself.
Yeah, you want to learn yourself the steps so you can like almost appreciate it that much more and
Yeah.
understand how things work. Totally get that. Now, as far as price points go, industry averages for online training on the low end will be 250 per month for services, upper end will be 500. Can always go up based upon like what you're offering, your unique angle. So let's just say, you got some skin in the game, you've been training for a while. Let's just say you're charging on the upwards end of an average of $400 per client. Okay. So literally, if you had 25 clients, that gets you that 10K consistently. Okay. So it happens
Mm-hmm.
relatively fast. It can happen like literally anywhere between 4 to 6 months, depending on how much priority you're putting in. Especially if you're doing hybrid, you can obviously change a little bit, change out the price points because now you're not cutting. What are you getting? About 35 to 40% of that payout.
Dude, I think it's like 25 or 30. They
Oh yeah,
recently did like a better comp plan, but it's just kind of like it's still tiny compared to what I could be making. Now, I did the little side hustle thing where if my 24 schedule was kind of full, I'll be like, hey, just text me and I'll meet you on a Sunday or something. And then
Yeah.
I charge them my rate. But then it's like, I don't want to get fired because I'm like doing this on the side. But at the same time, like getting the full, like if it were on me, I charge those privates 85.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. And 24 charges, I think it's like 95 a session right now. So it's just like, I get $29.
Yeah, that's tough, especially with all the work that you're doing. So you're having to double the amount of work just to get that pay that you're really trying to like live off of, right? And create something big. So totally get that. Now, outside of that, what have like our biggest challenge to get this thing up and running? What do you feel like that would be? Just not knowing where to start?
Yes, that, but I hate being on camera. Like if you followed me on social media, Jeremy, I've literally not posted anything on my personal for 3 years. I'm very active on my story. Don't get me wrong. Like everyone's always like, you should make a YouTube. And I'm like, no, that just does not appeal to me. So it's like, how do I start an online business if I'm not even, I think it's one, not being comfortable posting online, but also not knowing what to post online. Because I feel like right now, like I see, not that I don't believe in my uniqueness and what I bring, but our market's so saturated. Like, how do I differentiate myself from every other Instagram, for example, social media page out there to start driving clientele?
Yeah. So there's going to be different levels and different resources on we have you use to like post. So a lot of individuals think, oh, if I post 3 to 4 times a day, it's going to be good. But if you're posting the same stuff over and over, it's not going to reach anybody, right? So we want to post specifically to your ideal challenge. So what problem do you solve for individuals is going to be 1. 2, we want to post something that shows that you're an expert in your field. And 3, we live in a society where everything has to be a high level of entertainment. So people want to know who you are outside of the gym. They want to feel like they can resonate with you. So if you're posting those type of things and showing you have a nice balance, a nice flow, how are you able to handle a successful business while also dealing with the relationship? Like, right? How can we kind of combine these things? We want people to essentially be like, damn, if I was in Orange County, I'd want to hang out with Karol. That's what you want people to think, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I will structure my programming around men 35 to 50 that are high level CEOs. I chose that demographic because at 35 to 50, you should be pretty set in like your career field or where you're headed, right? So high ticket clients aren't that hard to find at 35 to 52. What type of problem do those males have? Men are built off of money, power, and sex. You take one of those things away, we got problems, right? So if you're a high profile individual male, you might be killing it in the boardroom, but you're not home with your significant other, or you're not helping with the kids, which means your significant other starts to resent you, which means you're not getting any intimacy when you get home. That's where a lot of men are like, I got to figure this thing out, right? Also, if you're high level, you're not eating clean. You probably have poor habits outside of what you do in the boardroom. So if I'm speaking to their pain points. When I post stuff like that, which I don't post a whole lot anymore either, but when I do post about that, I get a lot of people like, man, how can I fix this, right? So figure out what problem you're going to solve for individuals. So example right now, a hot item right now, women with postpartum, women's bodies changing that they're not adjusted to anymore. How can they get their confidence back? Maybe they're a stay-at-home mom. How do they feel like, I don't want to just be a mom, but I want to be known as something else. I want to feel fulfilled, right? Those are huge things that you could be marketing toward, where you're going to drive in more people that want to come to you and seek you out, right? Which will be longer sustainability. Okay. Outside of social media, anything else that you see as a challenge?
I'd say social media is definitely the biggest one. And I guess right now, because I am full-time at 24 and it is my source of income, it's like that gamble of, okay, I know I want to do this. I know I should be making the steps to do this now, but it's like, when do I start backing off on my time here where I'm making a small paycheck to focus more on what I need to do for online? And I guess to answer your question, it's like, I don't really know, I guess, a course map to kind of keep myself on track so that I do have that balance of managing my current clientele while I'm doing that transition too. So I think just overall not having a game plan, and then that just kind of feeds into my like anxiety about it.
Yeah, 100%. So if you have a structured game plan from individuals that have been through the same positions that you have, that's going to be extremely important for you, right? So you're still going to maintain your training, but as we start acquiring more and more people online, we start reducing our hours slowly and steadily. I'm not telling people just to up and quit. Obviously, that's not an option for a lot of individuals, but if we get to the point where our online is now exceeding what we're making full-time, then it makes sense, right? Other thing is you can't get into any type of conflicts because the people that you're pulling from online, like a conflict would be within a certain mileage with gyms, right? So if you're pulling someone from online, there's no way to trace that because you have a whole world to pull from. Secondly, if you did want to utilize some of those people, you could be pulling people and train them off to the side at a different gym, or eventually maybe go private, which you're going to make a whole lot more money. Average gym rates are going to be 100 or 500 to about 1,000 per month for rent. That's like 1 or 2 clients, and the rest you're just pocketing, right? So that'd be huge if you're going to be doing hybrid. So we'll show you how to market yourself in a way in which someone will want to seek you out in person as well as online. So we kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. Outside of that, what have we tried to make this, to kind of get past those challenges?
Yeah. So basically, it's funny that you were the fitness manager. So last year in November, I got promoted to fitness manager, and 24, long story short, I was in power position for 4 months, and the company went through a reorganization. So they literally were like, you're not laid off, but your position is obsolete. So they're like, you're not fired, but you can just go back to being a trainer now. So it was like really good salary. And I gave up, I literally gave up all but 3 of my 27 clients.
Ugh.
And then they were like, nope, you can go back to training. You have a week before your duties go back to that, and you only get 2 weeks severance. So I just had to rebuild everything. So I'm still kind of rebuilding from that. It very much put a sour taste in my mouth. So all of May, I took a mental health break, went to Hawaii. My boyfriend and I are long distance partially throughout the year. So just kind of did a lot of thinking about what I wanted to do is when I started thinking about, moving myself online. But since then, I've been kind of checking out private facilities, and I don't know if I'm being picky, but I'm very big on visualization. And I've been to like 8 since I've been back from Hawaii, like in 2 weeks, and nothing feels like home. Like I can't physically visualize myself like, yeah, this is where I can picture myself training the current clients I have or future clients if I do hybrid. And I just don't know if I'm being too picky, but I don't know what it is. And I'm still booking to interview with people. Sometimes the people are weird. Sometimes the facility's not clean like I like it, or the price point is just like, okay, absolutely not if I'm starting from scratch. But since then, touring places, kind of putting out a verbal survey with my clients about like, if this were to happen, would you be willing to follow me there? No pressure. You can answer anonymously. Would you like an online program? Would you prefer more of a hybrid? So just kind of dipping my toes, but I'm definitely scared to just jump.
Yeah, 100%. So how much of a priority is this for you to make this change?
Like I say, high priority, but I guess because nothing has happened in the past month, I don't know if I can honestly call it that, but I do know I want to move into this. So I'm going to say it's like a 7 or 8 out of 10.
Okay.
But like, I will say 10, but it's like low key a 7 or 8 in the
All
sense
right.
of like, I'm not taking as much action as I know I should be because I don't know where to go or what to do.
100%. So I'm going to do a quick recap, make sure I got everything. And then from there, we'll go to the next phases. Okay. So you've been at 24-hour fitness for a while now. You got through some ups and downs from management to back to trainer. Well, from trainer to management, back to trainer.
Yep.
So now we're working full time, but yet we're not seeing the money kick back with the amount of effort that we're putting in. The main thing we're looking for is we want some time. We want to establish some clear boundaries. We want to have more time to travel, more time to see the boyfriend, more time for a natural balance. And we're just looking to kind of have a little bit of level of maintenance within our time. Right now, what we make is anywhere between 7,500 to 12K, pending the month and pending what is going on. But our main focal point, what is your overall main goal? What would you like to be making?
I was like, even the 10K thing that you guys had online was like, no fucking way, shit. I was gonna say like 7 or 8, because that's
Okay.
already a jump up from what I'm currently taking home. It's like almost 2.5 times
Yeah.
after
So
taxes and everything.
yeah, 100%. So that can happen, like I said, relatively fast. And then once we're hitting 10K on a regular basis, we can make a decision with we want to kind of go to that next level. We're trying to go to 15 to 20, then above, right? That's when we start
Mhm.
talking about running ads, possibly bringing on some people onto your team, maybe an assistant coach, things of that nature, kind of removing yourself from the day-to-day monotonous activities and moving toward
Mhm.
your, becoming that more of a CEO. Biggest challenge right now, social media. We hate posting. We're trying to figure out what to do,
Mhm.
what to post. We're looking for some guidance, a clear-cut game plan, and we've tried, expanding as a fitness manager. We've tried looking into private facilities, and we've also tried verbal surveys with our current clients. Right now, we're a 7 or 8 out of 10, low key a 7. How'd I do?
Spot on.
All right, cool. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over a high level what we have to offer, then we'll deep dive into the modules. And I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to get you to 10K. Cool.
Cool.
All right, let me know when you can see my screen.
Good.
Cool. So as you know, with the Next Level Coaching Academy, we're actually accredited through the Better Business Bureau. We got a rating of an A and a possible A+, and we're backed by 3 of the largest certification companies in the world, ACE, NASM, and ISSA. So if you had one of these, this would be continuing education credits for you. Now, on the success ladder, we're going to have 2 tiers. We're going to have 10K Accelerator. We're going to have Mastery Level Coach. Now, 10K Accelerator is going to be ideal for you. It's really for individuals who have some skin in the game, might have some certifications, but they're really looking to make some impact on the online space. The information in this course can get us from 0 up to 10K per month in as little as 4 months. Now, Mastery Level will take place when we're hitting 10K a month on a regular basis. And that main focal point is to eventually become more of that CEO and strive for that 100K a month. Okay. Now, our program is really broken up into 4 phases. The first thing we want to do, get you some paying clients. Then we'll establish a solid business foundation. We're going to teach you how to generate leads organically so we can really maximize the reach. And we're going to utilize AI software to make that more efficient. We'll develop sales and client retention strategies to help you reach, sustain, and surpass 10K per month. Now, on the support side of things, this is pretty dope. You're having a side one-on-one coach. That individual's been through both 10K and mastery level, so they have a 6 or 7 figure business. They're where you want to be at. You'll have a customized game plan and call it that individual to review where you're at and the most efficient way to get you to where you want to be. Every 2 weeks, you're going to have one-on-one coaching calls, very similar to this. Revisit the game plan, make changes, receive feedback, then get very specific instructions on what you need to execute to move forward. Then you'll also have a private sales coach as well. This individual will help you learn the psychology of sales, how to maximize your sales capabilities and get a larger return of investment. And then 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate your current work schedule. So client delivery, objection handling, marketing, lead generation, mindset issues, even case studies. 24/5 tech support. So outside of those game planning calls, you can text your coach as much as you'd like. They're contractually obligated to answer all your questions. We know that becoming a fitness entrepreneur is awesome, it's exciting, but it also is overwhelming at times. So we've created what we call the Zenpreneur method. We help with weekly mindset calls, breath work, meditation sessions, just to ensure you're in a good headspace to move forward with your business. As far as the resources go, you're gonna have the course curriculum, that Zenpreneur method we just got done discussing. We'll also give you agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific changes or enhancements within your program. We do offer an optional certification in case that was something that you might need. Any questions on that so far?
All good so far.
All right, now this is the secret sauce to get you from 0 to 10K. 4 phases. Phase 1, act first. What's that mean? We're going to launch our business. We're going to announce to the world who we are, what we're about. We're going to implement specific strategies that we'll give you to get your first couple of clients right out the gate. Then we'll set up all your back-end administration systems. We'll make sure you're a legal business, and we'll identify what problems you solve for individuals. Based upon that, we'll create our offer and pricing. These first 2 phases will take place within the first month to month and a half, remaining time in phase 3 and phase 4. So phase 3, we're going to teach you organic marketing strategies. We'll teach you how to create more community lead generation methods utilizing WhatsApp group chat. And then we'll also teach you basic sales funnel creations to close down deals more efficiently. Phase 4 is like the fine tuning of everything. We're going to maximize your sales skills, really emphasize client delivery systems, but really put more of an importance on customer support and client retention to keep people happy for longer periods of time. Any questions on that?
You briefly mentioned earlier in about 4 months is the phase like per month. Is that how it's kind of broken down of like phase 1 is month 1?
So phase 1 and phase 2 is really going to be month 1, like 1 to 1.5.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
really these first 2 is going to be a little bit more shorter. the majority of the time you're going to be in phase 3 and phase 4.
Got it.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is the actual course, 32 total modules. Each module will have an overview link. It'll also be associated with videos. The videos and the link are tutorial style, so step by step, you'll never have to guess. First step to becoming a full-time coach, we mentioned strategies. We're going to implement these right out the gate. Okay. Cool thing is the resources we provide you, most of them are already done for you, so it makes our time more efficient. 10K directory. I want you to view this as onboarding material. It'll help you become a better student. It really shows you how to maximize the program to its fullest capabilities. The roadmap is cool. We're going to break this down into 2 phases. What do we need to do to get from 0 to 5K? What do we need to do to get from 5 to 10? So step-by-step approach, you'll always know those expectations. As far as your financial goals and your lifestyle goals, we want to create daily and nightly routines based around that. Anxiety, fear of failure, imposter syndrome, all natural, normal feelings, but how can we move past that to move forward with our business? Top 10 struggles you'll face as a fitness entrepreneur, but we've provided solutions to each and every one of these. And then administrations and Chat GPT is where things get interesting. Have you heard of Chat GPT?
Yes, that is kind of blowing up in our industry right now. Everyone seems to be using it.
Yeah, for sure. So it's like Google on steroids, right?
Yeah.
A high-powered virtual assistant. We're going to show you how to maximize this for content ideas, for maximizing programming, even nutrition. Really good for SOPs as well. Backend systems. We'll show you Wave and Stripe to collect payments, DocuSign for client agreements, Typeform and Calendly to book calls and applications with you. And we use Trainerize or TrueCoach to upload all of your programming, all of your nutrition into one spot. You can even customize the videos, makes it real efficient for your clients. Same thing for your financial systems. We're going to help you set up your LLC, get your employment identification number, tell you when to open up a business bank account, how to track what's coming in and out of your business, when to pay quarterly taxes, when to pay yourself, business write-offs, business liability insurance, health insurance, all of that. Now, if you were to file your LLC the traditional way, it takes roughly 2 to 3 weeks. We're partnered with an AI company. It takes 2 to 3 minutes to set up all your back end legalities. So a fraction of the time can focus more on our business. Target setting, we're going to create your 3-year vision, your 1-year vision, your 3-month vision. We'll deep dive into your goals, and then we're going to figure out what problems we solve for individuals. Based upon that, we'll create our offer and pricing. It's going to be a more do it for you, do it with you, or do it yourself program. The more that you do for individuals or the more that you offer, the higher the ticket offer, which will be established upon your length of terms. So we'll help the structure of your pricing. From there, we're going to move into organic marketing. We're going to show you how to do 1 hour's worth of work and get 14 different pieces of content created out of that. So again, it's all about convenience and efficiency. And then we'll show you how to set up podcasts and YouTube to expand your message and let people know who you are and what you're about. And then we'll show you how to market for all things Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok related. Very specific strategies and resources in each and every one of these. Again, it's more than just randomly posting. We take it even all the way down to the hashtag use as well. Now, also, we'll show you how to maximize TikTok to its fullest capabilities for marketing purposes as well. Content creation made easy. We're going to introduce you to Canva Pro, Canva Basic, and Microsoft Designer. Great features for editing. It makes your page more aesthetically pleasing. It just really enhances the overall look to your Facebook or Instagram. From there, 10K lead generation framework. 3 different ways we do this. Earned media. I want you to think of this as like inbound marketing or people coming to you first. So we're going to attract people to want them to reach out to you. So we're going to show you how to set up a WhatsApp group, why it's important, who we're going to target, how it will benefit your business. And then we're going to give you specific resources and strategies to get people to want to come in there and get filtered in. So like cross-pollination example of that, maybe you and another coach are partnered. That coach, their audience can see who you are, your audience gets to see who they are. So now we're obtaining more followers, we're building more awareness. Another cool one that I love, a scholarship strategy, gets people in the door right away, gets them very excited to want to join with you. We also have call to actions. Opposite of this is what we call conversation calls or outbound marketing. This is you reaching out to individuals first. So we'll give you specific scripts, we'll give you conversation call examples, but more importantly, we're going to show you where to find all these leads on all 3 platforms and how to build and nurture these relationships. And now that we have that WhatsApp set up, hopefully they're interacting with people that you already serve, so they're getting a warmer feel for who you are and what you're about, and can have more intimate one-on-one conversations. Another important aspect of this, I want you to think outside of the box. If you're really well known in your community, you need to maximize this. As an example, I'm partnered with a local supplement company out here. I have my clients on specific supplementation. That supplement company gives me about 30 referrals a month because I'm supporting their business. So it's a very easy way for me to get warm leads, okay? From there, we will move into sales overview and referral strategy. I'm sorry, friends, families, coworkers. Talk about how amazing you are. So we'll show you different incentives to get people to want to give you more referrals without actually having to ask for them. And then if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you got to be good at sales. So we're going to maximize your sales capabilities. We're going to show you how to set up 2 types of phone calls. The first is a meet and greet. I want you to think of this as kind of like a screening call, 10 to 15 minute phone call to figure out, do you really want to work with that individual and can you actually solve their problems? We'll give you examples with that. And then we move to the closing call. You're trying to lock them down, turn them into a client. This is where a lot of objection handling takes place. We'll give you specific scripts. We'll teach you how to create downsells and discounts. This will be massive for you, creating financing options for people who normally couldn't afford it, and then how to lock down that lead once and for all. Once we lock them down, we want to go back and we want to track all this. How many calls were booked, how many showed, how many closed, at what length of term. So we'll give you these resources to make sure you're tracking this more efficiently. Objection handling. This is all the excuses you hear over and over why someone can't start a program. We give you over 30 different scenarios you're going to hear on a regular basis on the online platform. So the more we can familiarize ourselves with this, the easier it is to overcome those objections on that sales call. Onboarding process, probably the most overlooked area by 90% of trainers and coaches. Someone's first 30 days in your program, this makes or breaks if someone wants to continue with you. So all the things that we did to obtain them as a client, we need to maximize on our promises. We need to make sure this is a very special moment. They're getting a resource in their hands within that first 24 to 48 hours while we're building out their program to build that trust. Client delivery, this is your bread and butter. The week-to-week process and how you deliver services, but how can you do this more efficiently and how can you utilize ChatGPT to do this in a fraction of the time? And then no matter how good of a trainer or coach you are, this is inevitably going to happen. Someone's going to ghost you. Someone's going to quit. Someone's not going to listen. Happens every day, right? Sometimes these individuals are doing this because they want something greater. They want to feel like they're part of a larger community. Some of them just want to talk shit about your leg days with other people that you train, right? Some of them want more touch points with you. Some of them want challenges, and some of them want to be incentivized to do what's already expected. We'll give you resources and strategies to get them to execute at a higher level on a more consistent basis. And then we're going to move into customer support, the not so fun side of things. How do we deal with cancellations, refund requests? How do we track it? How do we mitigate it? And then lastly, we move into client retention. Keeping people for long periods of time, advancing them to higher levels of your programming. We'll give you strategies behind that and also how to track it. Quick recap, and we'll answer all of your questions. Cool?
Cool.
All right. Program itself is going to be 4 months long. You'll have your customized game planning call. You're going to have that one-on-one coach the entire enrollment period. You'll have one-on-one coaching calls every 2 weeks. You'll have a sales coach. You'll have the Facebook community and CEO trainings with Chad. 5 times a week of group support calls, 24/5 tech support, and optional certification in the business course curriculum. Is there anything you feel like we're missing?
You guys have everything and covered everything. Yeah.
Are we feeling pretty confident? We liking it?
I'm liking it. Literally everything that I was like, if I could list everything that I didn't know what I need to do, it's like, oh, there it is. And now it's nice having this game plan, but also kind of makes me feel a little more overwhelmed because it's like, holy shit, there's a lot of stuff that goes into this. So yes, you guys
100%.
are. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, it is overwhelming, right? There's a lot that goes into running your own business. However, with that additional support, you're not doing it by yourself. And that's why we have those one-on-one coaches. That's why we have those weekly phone calls. And that's what's going to separate us from a lot of the other programs. The other thing is, I'm not sure if you got to read about it or you heard about it. Did you hear about the 3 times investment guarantee?
I didn't know.
Okay, so that's a big deal. A lot of programs will have like a money back guarantee. We have a 3 times your investment guarantee, or you get 100% money refund. Now, in order for that to happen, you have to attend your game planning call, which is pretty standard. Attend all of your one-on-one coaching calls, which is only 2 per month. 1 group support call each week. Charge at least the bare minimum of $250 per services or more. Can't spend longer than 2 weeks on the optional certification if that's something that you needed. Run a scholarship program within the first 90 days. It's only going to get you a lot of people, and no late payments. If you do all that, show up and just do the work, we're guaranteeing you will 3 times the amount you invest in, or you get 100% refund back. Now, year to date, we've helped over 3,000 students. We've only had to return 1.6%.
Wow. That was going to be, well, not my actual question, but like, this is all really great. And I've researched you guys and whatnot. What are the cases in which, like, what led to you guys having to give back that 1.6%? Is there a common like trait that you see in some individuals that couldn't benefit off of your guys' program? Like, what do you recognize in like the people that couldn't succeed from this? And it seems like a bulletproof system. What would you say is the reason for those 1.6?
So 1.6 out of 3,000, that's like maybe returning maybe under 40, perhaps. And some of it is going to be that they might have followed the bare minimum suggestions in order to like get their refund. The individuals that execute and are foolproof is they got the 3 C's. They're coachable, they're committed, and they're consistent. So they're not here just to show up and just do what's expected. They're here to actually go work toward their overall goal and vision. And that's what true leaders do. They take action based upon where they see themselves, not their current circumstances. So for instance, committed, there's a difference between committed and interested. Committed means I don't care how I feel, I'm going to execute this regardless because I know where it's going to lead me, right? Doing it on the days you don't want to. Coachable, it's being able to take feedback without getting butt hurt, taking those, conversations, implementing them, and then benefiting your business off of that. And then consistent means doing these things day in and day out, no matter what rank, making yourself a non-negotiable in your business, right? So that means maybe one more sales call, maybe it's one more DM, maybe it's like you say at the gym, one more rep, right? It's just doing those intangibles and doing it at a level to which you put everything on the line. So if you do this, if you treat this like a full-time job, you'll get compensated like one. If you treat it like a passion project or a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby, right? Does that make sense?
No, totally. Absolutely.
So essentially, if you're confident in your own skill set and ability, which you've obviously been in the game for a while, and you know that you can execute something that's already laid out for you with extra support, do you feel like that you would get the results that you're looking for?
I do, yeah. And so I'll just be completely upfront. Now I'm like, this sounds all so good. What's it going to cost me, Jeremy? What do I need to do? What organ do I need to give to get to work with you guys?
So financing is the easiest thing for me to work around. Okay. So we have financing options. We have extended payment plan options. We also just have a normal payment plan. We have a paid in full option. So let me ask you this. Do you feel like this is in 100% alignment with what you're looking for?
100%.
Yeah. So I've got something for you. That means that requires me and you getting resourceful, which means putting our head together and figuring something out that makes sense for you. We'll figure that out together. Okay. All right. So let's talk about that thing. Well, first, let me really quick go into some averages though. Did you check out these testimonials?
I watched a couple of them. I think 2 or 3 of them. All were glowing reviews of you guys.
Okay, cool. So the averages are important, okay? Because a lot of people will show off their top 10 percenters. We believe in showing off like what your average individual will do, okay? So 73% of our students sign their client month 1. On average, it takes them 1 week to do it. So cool stat behind this. The individuals that sign their client month 1, by the end of month 4 are averaging over 8K per month. The individuals that don't sign their client month 1, but by the end of month 4 are averaging 6,500. So just to be a basic, mediocre, middle of the line student, you could expect to make 6,500 to 8K, which is really good money.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the individuals do hit a 10K month. On average, it takes them 13 weeks to do so. So just think about this. Just over 90 days on average, people are hitting 10K months. That's crazy. And the students who stay with us 12 months have 97 clients on their roster on average. Those individuals that have 97 clients are averaging 366,000 per year.
Damn.
So students are grading the program a 4 out of 5. People are happy. They're getting massive results out of their business. Any questions on those?
Nope. Good averages, good stats.
Okay, we're about to dive in. But before we do, I'm going to let you take the floor again. I'm going to let you kind of rehash what you feel like online training is going to give you as an individual.
You listed them all off, but definitely it's going to allow me to continue pursuing my passion of being fit and helping other people also becoming fit, but also transitioning to online is going to help me be able to do what I do without spending as much time, but still doing just as good amount of work and reaping more of a benefit to allow me greater work-life balance. And yeah, and a way better paycheck.
I love it. Cool. I love it. So are we ready to commit to this thing?
I am. I want to. And you said it earlier, like there's commitment and there's interest, and I'm interested, and the finances is what's going to get me. But you said you can work with me. So let's talk about that. That way we can figure out a game plan.
You got it. Remember you asked what organ you need to give up? It's only
Mhm.
100K in your left kidney.
Oh,
I'm
oh,
just,
good. My left kidney is the bad one. We can do the right one. You guys will get more for that one.
all right, fair enough. No, there's a payment plan of 7,000, a paid in full
Okay.
option of 6,200. Out of those
Okay.
two, which do you think works best for you?
Probably the 7,000.
That's what the majority of individuals do, right? It's a
Mhm.
lot of money. Okay. So you've been very open and transparent about that. I'm going to break it down as if you would need a payment, as if you would need financing or extended payment plans. Then if we do, we'll work backwards. Cool.
Cool.
All right. So what an average individual will do if they're going to do a payment plan, we'll put down roughly around 2,300. Okay. That
Okay.
takes that 7,000 down to 4,700. You divide that over 4 months. That's equivalent to just over 1,100 per month, which is you needing 3 to 5 clients to make that back.
Mhm.
Pretty easy, right? Is that something you feel like you could obtain?
Yes.
Does that feel like something that we could commit to?
I feel like I could commit to it, but I can't guarantee. Like, I don't know. It's just the confidence thing, the unknown of knowing I want to commit to that, but like the what if of what if you don't get what if I don't get those 3? Not because of your guys' lack of a good course or me for trying, but like it's totally the fear thing. What if it doesn't happen? And then I'm like, shit on bills.
Yeah, so let's pause for a second. Let's talk about that, okay? So right now, I want you to think about numerous times in your life where you thought, there's no way in hell I'm gonna get through this, right? But you found a way. So right now, you've been in the industry for several years, and look how you built your way up, right?
Mhm.
There's probably multiple things in life experiences that you had where you're like, there's no way I'm getting through this. I'm scared to death, but you figured it out, right? No
Yeah.
difference besides now we're actually doing something that actually is toward our passion. Sometimes we get into situations we don't want to be in, and it's not our passion, but we find a way out. So my question to you would be, if there's a guarantee that you just show up and do the work, what if you do it? What happens? What does life look like for you if you want to move forward with this?
No, I hear you. And I'm like, it's interesting being on this side of the call because normally I'm the one like trying to overcome these objections. So I see what you're doing here. But it's straight up like, yeah, I would do the 7,000 and the breakdown makes sense over the 4. Like I straight up, I don't have the 1,100 or 1,200 right now to
Yeah,
give to that.
yeah, cool.
But I agree, like, yes, I agree that it's the best investment to take because of, I mean, the guarantees. Like, I can do this in 3 to 5, but straight up, I don't have the money to pay for you guys yet. And I
Sure.
don't know if your guys' prices change, but I've literally had 4 of these calls with 4 different companies, and you guys just, there's no competition. So I want to work with you guys. And now I'm just like, how do I get the money so I could work with you guys? So I
Yeah.
could evolve.
So I love that you gave me the feedback with all the other companies. So it's really nice to hear that we're hitting the nail on the head. And I told you we'll figure something out. So right, that was
Mhm.
without any type of payment plans or extended payment plans. So I have a couple different options. Let me ask you this: how good is our credit? Good, bad, great, awful, awesome? What's it look like?
Uh, high side of good going into great, but not great.
Okay,
And
so
then
are
like
we upper 600s?
low 700, like
Oh,
705.
okay,
Is
cool.
that great? I always
Yeah,
want to get it to like the big green 800, but it never gets there.
we got a couple different options. Okay, so one of which I know will for sure be guaranteed. I'll start with that one just so you kind of have some confidence. I want to build your confidence up. Okay. So the first one's called Sweet Pay. And what it allows us to do is we take that 7,000, we spread it out over 12 months instead of 4. It's a significant less down payment, significantly less reoccurring. So to give you an example, only 5% down. Okay. So 5% of
Mhm.
7,000 is 350 plus a one-time service activation fee of $59. If you were to get going today, essentially it'd be like 409. Okay. Now your next payment wouldn't be due until the end of July, which is about 5 weeks. And your monthly payments would be equivalent to $597 ongoing, which is you needing 2 clients if you're charging bare minimum 300. Super easy. Do you feel like that's
Good.
something you could commit to?
I'm like doing the math with all, sorry, I have to plug in my laptop. I'm doing the math of all like my budgeting right now. And I'm like, I think it's something I can commit to. I'm going to have to look at my budget again though. But yeah,
Yeah.
obviously that's a way decreased price. And that would, you said, be, is there any interest on that? Like on the over the 12 months? How do you guys usually do that?
Yep. So with Sweet Pay, it's usually right around 14% interest, which is significantly less than your credit cards. Usually credit cards are 18.99. So that one's significantly less. And the cool thing is, it's the program itself is only 4 months long. So we have that 3 times investment guarantee. If you wanted to pay this thing off early, you totally could with no penalties. Okay.
It's just like a towards principal or something like that.
Yep.
Like,
So
okay.
would you have interest for a short period of time? Yeah. But if you're going to 3 times the amount you put in, so you're putting in 7,000 to get 21,000 back minimum, pretty big no brainer, right? Now, the other option that we could do, one's called Fund My Contract. And what this allows us to do is we take that 7,000, it gets broken out into much smaller payments. So example, this one guy got approved for like an 84-month loan. His monthly payments was like 155. Now, it's kind of similar to a 6 or 12 months, same as cash. Let's just pretend you got approved for 6 months, same as cash. If we pay that loan off before 6 months, there's 0 interest.
Oh, okay. That's the Fund My Contract option you said.
Yep.
Correct?
And what we would do for that one, because you have a pretty good credit score, I can't guarantee you'll get approved for that one, but it's worth trying to see if we do. And that's like literally takes 2 minutes. You cool with trying that out?
Like right now?
Yeah.
I am not doing that. That's my whole other reason why I'm like kind of freaking out about budgeting right now. As I'm trying to obviously leave 24 and look for private facilities. So I'm just trying to see with rent, all my bills. I want this, I do, but I also don't want to like full on like homeless person struggle. I don't mind hard work. I don't mind the dirty grind, the day in, day out, doing all those tiny tasks on the back end to build up to something. But I'm also like, I can't do this shit from a tent if I'm homeless because I have no money.
For sure.
And yeah, I just want to be honest with you with that right now. Like I want this. I would go rob a bank right now if I could and if I believed in that shit, but I don't. But I don't know if there's any way I can, I'm sure you hear this all the time, like call back, but like, I want this. I just want to feel a little more cushioned right now financially before I make an investment in this, even though I know the investment in return is going to be like 4-fold, you know?
Yeah, you can take as much time as you like. Now, what I'm going to give you a little example. When I went through it with my wife, I was on a similar phone call. It took me like 5 months before I decided to call back. And that's because she made me. Because you know this as a kinesiology major, but your brain, the hypothalamus is regulated by balance. So it's going to tell you not what's best for you, but what's most comfortable for you. And if we're talking about making a lifestyle change, you're talking about 24-hour fitness. That means you're telling me that you're going to subject yourself to several more hours to maybe find an ideal time. There's really never an ideal time to take action based upon where you want to be at. That's where like the top coaches, the top trainers, the top entrepreneurs, they make quick decisions, just like you have to do for your clients, right? And when you make quick decisions, you have to take action immediately, which means you rarely, if ever, change your mind. Now, is that decision always 100% the most perfect one? No, but you committed to it and you find a way to make that work. Whereas other individuals will take several months, hours, times to like research, overthink. They're the ones that typically don't take action. They change their mind repetitively. So they're never able to reach that level of success because they can't commit, right? So if I'm asking you as a coach, so pretend that you're my coach, and I say to you, Karol, I know your program literally has everything that I need. I know this will allow me to play with my kids. It'll help me like be more energized with my wife. It'll provide my overall quality of life. But I just think that maybe in a few months, maybe I might want to kind of join your program. What would you say to that individual?
I would literally give every overcome the objection tool that I've used, like you are doing with me right now. I cannot tell you how much I would sign over all my organs here now, but literally, Jeremy, I have like heart palpitations right now thinking of even giving you like the 400 that I want, like the 409, whatever that you did, because I genuinely feel like I would put myself in not a hole with like a small shovel, like I'm down there in the trenches trying to fight my way up. And I know that it's an uphill battle starting a business. I know that it can be, and it's a struggle. And I just don't want to go in with like one hand tied behind my back. I know you don't know me. I know we just met, but I don't want to be another one of those people that comes back, you know, tail in between my legs in 5 months and being like, Jeremy, I should have done this shit 5 months ago. But
Right.
I would literally put a note in my calendar, like to be like, in 1 month, you need to call them and do this. Just, I knew it was going to be expensive, well worth it. Totally. Again, like I said, you guys have everything and more than all the other people I've looked at. So I also want to feel comfortable being like giving you that money, because I'm also not uncomfortable with not being ready, but just I want to be like, okay, I can like breathe a little bit more doing this. I really want to work with you guys, but I just don't want to be homeless while working with you guys.
No, 100%. So I totally get that. And I'm cool with that. You know, I want to make sure that you're in alignment. So if we are at a point to where we're at 90 to 100% alignment, or whatever the case you're currently at, we still have some ways to kind of work things through it. If it's still a no, totally fine. But I want you to maximize your options so you can make a more educational, informed decision. Okay.
Yeah.
So last thing I would suggest that you do you have like a PayPal account?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to go on your PayPal, and like right now, and I want you to go to paypal.com/credit. So go ahead and do that. We're gonna do it together.
Okay. PayPal.com/credit.
/credit. Yep. If you already have one, it's gonna, you're gonna like log in, obviously, and there'll be a big button that says apply. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna apply. We're applying for a line of credit, not a credit card. And this is 6 months, same as cash, which means, let's just pretend on a hypothetical, you got approved for like $3,000, right? I don't know if you'll get approved, but let's just say you get approved for that. The course itself is 4 months long. As long as we pay that off before 6 months, zero interest. But this allows us to use borrowed money, so it's not coming out of your account.
Hold on, you said log in for this, right?
Yep. So you'll go log into your PayPal. You'll log into PayPal and then go to paypal.com/credit.
This is me not using my PayPal enough. I need to refresh my password. 1 moment, please.
No, you're all good.
Okay, logging in, and it's redirecting me back to that page. And you said it's not applying for a card, just a line of credit?
Correct.
And then, sorry, I was kind of multitasking. So essentially using borrowed money to fund my investment with you guys,
Correct.
but with your guarantees and my commitment, we're going to be making well more than my borrowed money to pay it back before the 6 months of interest time. And then we're all going to be happy. And yes, is that the gist of it?
You got it.
Okay, hold on. I'm not on the original screen that I'm going to enter that again now that I'm logged in. PayPal.com/credit. Okay. Where's the apply? Oh, I know how to read. Apply now. Okay. Okay.
And it usually only takes a couple minutes to let you know if or what you get approved for.
Just give me like an agreement. Oh, hold on.
It should say, if you got approved, your line of credit available to you is such and such.
It brought me to this page that says PayPal credit. Oh, you can't even see it. It says PayPal credit account agreement, but then there's another step that says do a quick credit check, agree, and apply.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you hit the apply for line of credit, not the credit card though?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
hold on.
yeah, they're just
At the
gonna check
top.
your base. Yeah.
Okay, let me see here.
And this won't affect your credit just to get it checked. This is like a
Just to
soft
get a
credit.
check.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I just had to double check that that's what I was entering my stuff in. Like, I'm trying to give you money and you just sign me up for a loan. Okay, I'm applying and it's going.
Now, are you born and raised in Cali?
Born and raised.
Oh man. So we were in Monterey, California not too long ago.
Okay.
Freezing waters, by the way.
When did you come in? Like, when did you visit?
I think that was back in I want to say 4 or 5 months ago, because then we went and hiked Yosemite. No, actually it was
Okay.
no, it was about 9 months ago, because I had double quad tendon surgery right after that.
Oh gosh.
Yes, we hiked Yosemite.
This is still like spinning, by the way, for the
Still
page to
thinking?
load the credit. Yeah.
No worries.
That area is beautiful though, but yeah, just a couple months, it would have been cold. So don't go in the water at that time.
No. No, we went scuba diving, or no, yeah, we went scuba diving. It was freezing, like with all that suit
Oh
on.
gosh, yeah. And scuba diving itself is already cold. So when you're in colder
Yes.
waters, it said error, try again. I'm gonna just submit that again just to make sure.
Okay.
A side hustle that I have recently, it's been a month, so everything's still getting approved, but a friend's company, she does like Amazon drop shipping, but her company is like really successful. So she basically has a bunch of people sign up to be business owners, and then we just get a cut. So I get like an additional couple hundred a month. So I'm wondering if that's why I'm getting an error message, because I just submitted all this stuff for a credit check with there, but I don't know if it's just a tech error, because I'm sending again and it's just thinking.
Now, monthly right now, I know that you were bringing in anywhere between 75 to 12. Now, what are you actually getting paid out from that?
So that all goes to 24. My hourly rate is $29.42.
Okay.
So any hour set, every hour of session, and I say that because 24 also does 30-minute sessions.
Mhm.
So I don't get paid like half of that for 30. I get paid for every hour I do. So that's 29. So like after taxes, I swear it like takes the biggest chunk out. But when I am working full time, like 40 hours, like I think my paycheck will be, comes out to like 15, 16 with taxes.
Okay.
And then there will be maybe 100 to 200 extra on there, depending on like the TAPS, the reoccurrent payment,
Sure.
like the bonus plan. I am not getting anything on here, Jeremy. Is there another thing we can check?
Yeah, so I know, so this is the thing, the Fund My Contract is not going to pull anything, and you don't have to move forward, but it allows us you to figure out what you got approved for. Now, the cool thing is if you get approved through Fund My Contract, no payments are due for 30 days on top of that. So let's just pretend if you get approved, there'll be multitude of different options. So you already said like 409 was more doable, but still a little bit scary. If you got approved for Fund My Contract, those payments are even less than that.
Okay.
So it's worth for you just trying to see what you don't have to accept it. I'm not saying that, but I am saying,
Yeah.
let's just see what you get approved for.
Okay. Is that a hard check or just a
Soft.
inquiry on that? Okay.
Yep. It does not affect anything until you actually decide to pull it. So
Okay.
let me share my screen with you. I got to prove I'm a real person. Yep. Okay. What is the best email for you?
KMAGRACIA@gmail.com.
And this takes like a matter of a couple minutes.
Okay.
And at least we get an idea of what's going on. Okay, go ahead and check your email.
All right, just got that sent over. Okay, and then I'm guessing go through the steps to apply.
Yep, it's really quick.
Okay.
And you said your boyfriend lives in Hawaii?
He rents a place here, but he built a tiny home on Big Island.
Oh,
So
very
because
cool.
he's fully remote, he kind of just, he's actually, when it's cold here, that's when he goes there. When it's cold there, he comes here.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, I am filling in the last box and submitting. Oh, let me see if there's more. Okay, it's loading.
Sure. Okay, so cool. So I got just notification on that one. That one's not going to be a no-go. So that one's just,
Okay.
they couldn't match a lender. So our best option right now is going to, if we can figure out PayPal, and if you want, if you're comfortable with me, because I'll be doing it on the screen, I can log in from mine if you want to do it that way.
Like,
I can open up my PayPal account and put in your information, and then we can just do it
oh,
that way if you want to
okay,
see.
yeah.
Okay,
I'd be
cool.
interested in seeing.
Let's try that. Log in. What's our login?
Oh my God, hold on, let me go back to my passwords. I think it's just my email. So KMA.
Oh,
There
right
you
here.
go.
Cool.
And then
And
let
then
me
your
pull up my
password.
passwords. One moment.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's a strong, long password. XE
XE. Are any of these,
HZ.
hold on, are any of these capitalized or anything?
No, so far no. XEHZ
Okay.
5CH
5CH.
dash or hyphen
Okay.
E3
Okay.
capital G, and then L.
Oops. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to put this, I'm going to see if I can do this to where I can show, we can actually see it. Okay. All right. So when you say dash, is it like a slash or like a little?
Like the
Oh,
hyphen.
okay. Okay, cool. Run that by me one more time.
XE. Oh my gosh, hold on. My phone is waking out right now. Okay, technology is not working with me right now. One moment. XE CV G dash capital E 3 capital G L.
All right, let's try this out. That's weird.
That's kmcgrossi@gmail.com. I just got a email notification saying someone tried logging in from another browser.
That was me. That was me.
Okay, hold on. Let me. What do I do? Okay, I just approved that on my. What's happening? Hello. I just hit the link on the page to like approve that.
Uh-huh.
And it said it should let the browser log in.
Okay.
Let
Let's try
me,
it out.
hold on. I'm going to change the password so it's easy for me to remember. Okay, try this. Capital E,
Capital E.
lowercase e,
Okay.
1545
Okay.
184.
Let's try this out.
Yay.
Okay. So let's look like this. To receive a text message. Continue on web. Okay, so now we're in here, and then where was the home button? We wanted to apply. Invoice.
Is that what it's gonna look like on this screen that's on pulled up right here? It says PayPal credit. Is
Yes.
that gonna be what that line would be?
Yeah. So there it is. Yes. So you got approved $900. Okay. So cool thing how this could work, because if we did Sweet Pay, okay, so Sweet Pay is 409. Okay. So essentially, this would get you, let's say, 409.
Was that, remind me, Jeremy, was that 409 including with the Sweet Pay was like a down payment, or remind me again what that was?
Yeah, the 409, so this 5% of 700 or 7,350 plus the one-time service activation fee of $59 brings it to 409 just to get you going.
Okay.
Then your ongoing monthly payments would be 600. Well, 597, which is equivalent to you only needing 2 clients. So what you could do is essentially we could at least start this off, and that buys you really almost like about a month and a half of payment, right? Because this one would cover the 409.
409, a little bit of that 575. Or yeah, it'd be
so
like
we would have to
something.
we would have to use the whole 900. What we would do is just use the 409, and that would get you in the door. And then at least you have a little bit of a buffer ongoing. But I think if you're really paying attention to like how well you are with individuals as far as like in person as well, we can still utilize, like, again, being very creative with the people that you already have at your disposal that are, you've already started kind of putting out a soft feel like, hey, who would really want to, go to online. I'd start like talking to those people that are like already hot leads that already know you, trust you, love you, want to support you. Those are going to be our first few people anyways out the gate, right? And then on top of that, you've already proven that you can execute a game plan, right? So at least this gets you in the door without you having to come out of anything until like another month.
Yeah, I think now what the little nagging thought that's in my head is like, we'd use up that 900 and just like the small percentage, what if, like, if I screw up the courses and whatnot, and like, what if I don't get that first client? I'm one of the non-average people that didn't get anyone, then I'm like kind of stuck with that on my credit line.
Yep. So I want you to think of this too. So you have 6 months to pay off that $900.
900. Oh, 6 months
Yeah. So
before.
whatever you got approved for, so you got approved for 900. So you have 6 months to pay that off. Or if you use the 409, you have 6 months to pay that off, and there's no interest, right? That's easy. And I'm not telling you to quit your job. So it's not like you're not having any type of income coming. We have individuals that have no experience at all, single moms that are like on EBT, and they just knew that there was no backup plan, right? Because I want you to think of this. We also don't know what's going to happen today. You could get in a car accident. It's not going to stop you from getting in your car and going to work, right?
Yeah, you're
No
right.
difference with something that you've already been tried and proven that you can do, right? You've been a trainer for a while. You've been successful. You've been promoted multiple times. How would this not work?
I know, it's totally all in my head.
And that's why we have weekly mindset calls, because these are natural feelings. If you weren't scared, if you weren't nervous, something's wrong with you. It's really scary. $7,000 is a lot of money. You're right.
Yeah. I think I know I'm like just hiring you for a therapy session and I'm not even paying you for this, but I think it's just like the imposter syndrome that you mentioned earlier. Like, I know I'm a really good coach, but all my experience has been like all in person. And it's so daunting to me, even though you guys will teach me like the coursework to get in an online presence. I guess my question is like, of those examples that you just gave, like the people that have like no cert, no background whatsoever, like were they like, how were they in their transition getting into the online space? Not even just as a coach, but just starting there, like, oh, it's
Yeah.
just,
So me and you are very similar because I was an in-person trainer for over 15 years, a master level trainer. So think about, you're probably significantly younger than me. I made the transition at like 39, 40. So I was scared to death of anything social media, like even logging in gave me anxiety. Right? Like,
I know. I told you about Instagram, and then the courses are like TikTok, YouTube. I'm like, bro.
yeah. So then, but once you start figuring out how easy it is and you have that additional help, like I was scared to death, but that's why I utilize every resource. If I'm investing $7,000, I was literally using every resource available to me. So that private Facebook group, I might have known the answer, but I was still putting in there just to see what everyone else is going to say. Like, I will do that. I'll know that I did the right thing, but then I'll go text my coach and say, hey, I did this. Was this correct? I just sometimes just need to hear, yes, you did the right thing. Right. And after a couple of those yeses, it started building up like momentum. Like, okay, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I remember who I am. Like, I'm a master level trainer, right? Like,
Yeah.
it takes a different level of genius to work with people in person than it does online, right? So if I'm impacting people's lives in person, how easy would it be for me to impact even twice as many online? Like, I have a responsibility to that. Like, in my head, there's people right now waiting for my specific program. And if I wasn't to deliver that to them, I'm letting not just myself down, I'm letting them down. I'm letting a lot of individuals down that need my help. So when you frame it like that, also, I want you to think of this. Like, I want you to literally do this for a second. Okay. You trust me?
Yes.
Okay.
What are you gonna have me do?
Okay. We're gonna do an exercise. This is gonna be crazy because I did it. Okay.
Okay.
So I want you to close your eyes. Okay. And I want you to imagine that you're on your deathbed, like you're 85, 90 years old, and you're on your last bit of life. And you're sitting there and you're looking at your friends and family, and your eyes are glazed over, and your last bit of life is leaving. And your last couple of thoughts were, how did I maximize my life to its fullest potential? What opportunities did I miss? And now I'm about to meet my maker, and he might tell me that I missed out on something that could have been really designed for me. How would that make you feel looking back that you didn't go fully in with something that was already there for you?
That would really fucking suck.
Right? Like, it
Yeah.
would suck. Like, think about it. That's a morbid thought, but think how terrible that would be. Like, I just wasted, maybe I had a good life, but I could have had a better one. I could have impacted more people. So part of training is not just about what you get out of it, it's like what other people get. And if you were known to be put on this earth to impact people's life through health and fitness, you have an obligation to them. It's bigger than just you.
I need a day. I need one day.
That's
I
fair.
need a day to just like put my big girl pants on and be like, okay, here's the 409, and we're going to make way more than that. And then I'll be fine. But right now I'm freaking out and I need a day. but
Yeah.
I really want to work with you guys. Like, I'm mad at myself that I'm not brave enough to bite the bullet right now, but kind of just something that you said too momentarily ago, just kind of just getting that reassurance slash validation. Like, I know this isn't crazy for me to do. Like, I just need to hear like my dad just be like, fucking do it, like full send. I need that
Yeah.
just external, like, I want to work with you guys. And
Yeah.
like you said, the fact that I'm scared right now is a sign that I know I need to be working with you guys. I just need someone to just high five and be like, full send, Carol. If it's not a fuck yes, then it's a hell no. And I want this to be a fuck yes.
So I'll give you some context behind that. When you ask individuals, you need to make sure you're asking people that understand your overall vision. Because the reason I say this, my parents thought I was crazy when I decided to
Oh,
work remote.
definitely not going to talk to my parents. They're going to tell me to go back to school or something.
Yeah.
No, I want to talk to my boyfriend.
Yeah.
I think he would be biased, but in a way it's going to be good, because then I'll be like, okay, no, like, I'm coachable. I know that, but it would just give me that extra piece of comfort knowing that I'm about to do something that is going to change my life forever. I really want to do this, but I just need a day.
That's cool. How about I send you the presentation video? It's much more shorter and condensed. It's like my sales manager kind of things that I went through. I probably went over like more in depth. She'll just kind of go through, so you kind of have like a reminder. There's a lot to take in today. We've got a lot, right? So
Yeah.
it's a 10-minute.
Even just like that one screen you had on camera that was like, not the phases, but just like the 2 boxes, just what you get in like the 10K. Like, that's just going to remind me, like, this is what you're freaking getting. I know it's a no-brainer. I just.
Yeah, I'll send you the client averages, because that's going to be important for you to like really wrap your head. Like, average people are getting their client in week 1.
And I'm not average, but I know
No.
I'm acting small and I'm playing small right now. I'm deep breathing, I need to visualize. I want to sleep on this. I want to consult with like max 3 people, and I have every intention of sliding into your email, text messages tomorrow and being like, this is what we're doing. How do I do that? Do I literally just send you an email, text you? I really need a day.
Yeah, absolutely.
To
Yeah,
pep
I
talk
want you to take
myself.
that day. Yeah. So how about this? What your PST? So why don't we do? All right, do you train early in the mornings?
I'm typically, as early as my time, PST 7,
Okay.
like 7 to 2 usually, and then I'll get like a little break, and then 4 to 5, 4 to 6 is my
Okay.
usual day to day.
So how about this? Why don't we? Do you have any availability at 8 a.m.?
I have a client, my time 8. I have a client at that time. Let me actually pull up my schedule. Tomorrow, you said, right?
Yeah.
Right. Tomorrow's Friday. Woo. I am free my time 12:30. So 12:30 PST is when I am like running out of the gym because I'm free for the day.
Okay. So I don't have that open, but I do have what it'd be your time. It'd be 2 p.m. your time.
My time 2 p.m. Yeah, I am free. What is happening at the time? Is that when I'm calling you to just tell you the confidence I've gained overnight and we're doing this, or am I meeting with you, someone else?
No, you're stuck with me for right now.
This is good. This is good. The rest of your team's gonna be like, Jeremy, you can have her back. She's crazy and she's scared, but thank you. I just need the day.
Yeah. So tomorrow what we're gonna do is tomorrow it's already kind of the end of the day over here. So tomorrow I'll say, hey Carol, it's Jeremy. Just want to confirm our call tomorrow. It'll be just like this. It won't be nearly as long. It's gonna, we're gonna work through some stuff. You're probably gonna want to ask a few more questions. I want to make sure I provide that reassurance, and I can provide you any other facts as well. Now, really quick, I want you to, we already know what you got approved for PayPal. Okay, so we got 900 approved through there. Okay.
I'm gonna see, because that seems pretty low considering my like credit score. Like, I don't really know how PayPal works. I've used it maybe like twice. I just have the account, but I really think that because I just got like my credit checked with like the business group thingy that I opened up for
Yeah.
the drop shipping. I'm wondering if that is affecting it because I feel like that 900 shouldn't be that low.
Well, sometimes you never know. Like they don't just pull off of a good credit score. Hey, basically off your credit, if it was just off your credit score alone, you should have got approved for Fund My Contract. It's going to be a multitude of different
Yeah.
things. It's going to be based
Oh,
off of like
okay.
credit history and how long you built that credit as well.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So there's like I've seen guys that had like 730, 740, and they got denied Fund My Contract and they got approved for Fund My Contract. Or not for Fund My Contract,
Oh,
but for PayPal.
okay.
So it
Okay.
happens. It's no big deal.
Okay. So my homework tonight, I'm gonna re-budget because then this whole freaking payment plan thing might not even be necessary, but I'm gonna really sit down and just hammer it out right now. And I'll do like worst case scenario if I was completely starting from scratch. So really what I have, what I need to pay, what I have, and what I can give to you guys. That way we can work something out, or hopefully it's gonna all go easy and be like, I'm sorry, I chickened out for like 12 hours here. Let's do this damn thing. Cause I'm gonna sleep on it, but it's gonna be good tomorrow. We're gonna be good.
Yeah, it's a big deal. You should want to take your time with this a little bit, right? You should be thinking everything through. This is not just like a big deal or a big expense. This is a life-changing situation. So there should be a high level of stress and a high level of anxiety right now, a high level of fear, because you're doing something that's completely different. And the only way to get results like that is to take action which you've never done before.
Mhm.
Cool.
This whole time I'm like thinking I'm a risk taker, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm kind of a scared cat. Very cool. 2 p.m. You're in my calendar. I will confirm, but I will have good news for you. But thank you
Let's
for
go.
giving me the night, and thank you for your extra time. You're seriously the best. Thank you for working with me. I'm excited to get back with you tomorrow.
All right. You have a wonderful night.
You too. Thank you so much.
You got it. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Talk to you tomorrow, Jeremy. Bye.
Bye.